Welcome to Mama CJ and You Short Talks. These talks that I'll do, sometimes I'll share with you all about you and spiritual things. And this particular talk is all about how does your soul, I want to ask you, how do you know, or how does your soul know when you are ascending or when you are transforming or when there's a shift happening in your life on a soul level? Well, let's talk about it. Well, first of all, the soul often recognizes ascension and transformation through different signs and experiences that we have. And so I'm going to share some of these signs and some of these symptoms that you may experience as your soul is transforming, ascending, and as you're becoming more aware on a soul level. First, you may notice that there is an increase in your intuition. You may notice that there's a heightened sense of intuition and just that inner knowing that you've always had, but somehow it seems more keen. And that is a good sign and a signal that there's some type of transformation or ascension happening. You might also find yourself more in tune with your inner guidance, just being willing to be guided and trusting your inner guidance more than you have before. Sometimes you may notice emotional shifts, some emotional highs, some emotional lows. Those are often common signs and symptoms also of ascension and transformation. Uh, and there are times when old traumas and old issues that have not been resolved may resurface, but it only resurfaces or they come up just for you to continue the healing process so that you may release and be done with it and make room for other things that are for your greatest good. Another thing you may notice is there could possibly be changes in some relationships. You may notice shifts in your relationships. Some relationships might end, some other relationships might become deeper or more meaningful. Another sign is synchronicities, which are always a sign, but you might experience an increase in your synchronicities or being more aware of them more often. Also, more meaningful coincidences or synchronicities, as you already know, indicates that you are in alignment with your higher path. So it's almost like you're being led by your inner guidance, but these synchronicities are continually leading you, guiding you, and you feel more confident in following that path. Spiritual awareness is another way, well, the same thing that we've been talking about, but a deeper spiritual awareness. You may notice that you have a growing interest in some spiritual practices that you may not have had before, or you may have a more deepened um, interest in certain spiritual practices or things, whether it's anything from meditation, prayer, studying spiritual um, leaders and listening to spiritual leaders, also the things that you may find yourself wanting to become a part of communities that are spiritual, becoming part of other spiritual groups, and participating in spiritual activities. Those are signs that you're growing, you're expanding, you're ascending, and you might even experience some physical symptoms. Some people experience physical symptoms like being more tired, changes in their diet for just out of the blue. They may just feel this urge or this need or this desire, and they just change their diet. Sensitivity to high sound sometimes is also a clue. And that's symptoms. All of these are symptoms, sometimes physical symptoms, and there are others, but these are just some of the more common ones that I'm aware of, or that are most common that I've heard of. And these are all ascension symptoms. Then sometimes one may feel a deeper sense of purpose. What do I mean by that? I mean that you may suddenly get a clearer picture or get more clarity of your purpose. You may feel a more urgent need to pursue a specific path, or a certain mission just shows up and you have such a passion to be part of it. Then one of the other signs of ascension is you get a different level of peace. There's an inner peace that comes when your soul is ascending, different than before. No matter what's going on around you, whatever external challenges that you face, you feel a deeper sense of peace and you just trust in the process. You feel that there's a shift. You feel that you are changing. You feel that you're just kind of coasting along, and you know that something is different about you, but you can't quite put your finger on it because you have this peace that you just can't seem to explain. And all of these are signs. Again, this is just a really quick overview, but these are all signs that can, vary from person to person. Each person is different, every person is unique, but it's important to stay open and be patient and have compassion for yourself during these times of change, because sometimes these changes can catch you off guard and you're not really sure what's happening, but something is happening. There's a shift taking place. And if you just go with the flow of least resistance and allow your soul and your mind and your body to just go with the flow of how your soul and your oversoul is leading you and staying on your path and being true to yourself and authentic to yourself. It may sometimes require that you isolate yourself just for a while, or make sure that you spend more time alone, because your physical body and your um, conscious is trying to align or get in sync with where your soul is leading you, or where your oversoul is leading you. And so sometimes you may feel a little out of sorts and feeling a little like you're here, but you're not here. You may require more rest than usual. You may want to be alone more. Just a change that you may not even be able to explain or understand. But all of these could possibly be signs of ascension and growth. So just go with the flow and don't use the energy to resist. When you go with the flow and you trust that inner guidance and know that all of it will work for your good. It's all part of growth. It's all part of you expand. You are expanding and ascending, and your soul is prospering. And as you're coming up out of or away from where you were, you may have felt stuck, as though you were a seed planted, and you may not understand how you're going to grow, when you're going to grow, when it's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, you see a seedling. You feel like you're a sprout, and you begin to be more aware of nature, the sun, and your sound of the birds, and just being more connected with nature, or being more connected even with the inner voice that comes from within. But all of it is part of your growth. And all I can tell you is I would suggest that you allow yourself to continue to grow, continue to shine, continue to believe in yourself, have patience with yourself, be true to yourself, and allow your oversoul to guide you. Allow yourself to stay in that place of peace as long and as often as you can. Take time to meditate and pray. And most of all, be grateful. Have an attitude of gratitude. Stay open, stay aware, and know that all of it will work together for your good as you continue to expand and grow and ascend. So I'm going to end this little short talk here. But again, this is Mama CJ, and you with short talks with all about you and spiritual things. Remember, you, YEW, matters because you, YOU, matter. Your energy wellness is extremely important for your spiritual growth because as you prosper in your human form, may your soul continue to prosper. And as your soul is prospering, you're growing and ascending on your path that's right for you. Until next time, be blessed.